The final way to solve systems is by elimination. This is when you add the two equations together to get one of the variables to cancel, so you're left with an equation with only one variable. For example 1, if you look at the first equation, we have a negative 2y. Our second equation has a positive 2y. When you add negative 2y and positive 2y, they cancel each other out. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to add the entire equations together. 3x plus 4x gives us 7x. Negative 2y plus 2y, we talked about canceling. And 0 plus 14 is 14. To finish solving for x, we'll divide both sides by 7. And we get x equals 2. To solve for y, we can choose either equation to solve. I'm just going to use the first equation, replacing x with 2. Multiplying 3 times 2 is 6. To get y alone, I'll have to subtract the 6. Not losing the negative sign on my 2y. And dividing both sides by negative 2, I get y equals 3. The solution for my system is 2, 3. But of course, we need to check our answer. So we will use that second equation, the one that I did not use to solve for y, replacing x with 2 and replacing y with 3. We're going to check to see that that totals 14. 4 times 2 is 8, 2 times 3 is 6, and 8 plus 6 is 14. So our solution checks out. Most students, after learning how to solve by elimination, are a little frustrated that we learn how to solve by substitution. Most students tend to prefer solving by elimination than by substitution, but they both have pros and cons. For elimination, yeah, it's a lot easier to solve for the first variable, but then solving for the second variable takes a little more work. Whereas solving by substitution, solving for the first variable takes a little more work, and then it's pretty easy to solve for the second variable. Now we're going to learn how to solve by elimination when you don't automatically get one of the variables to cancel. If we take a look, 4x plus x is 5x, the x's don't cancel out. Y plus y is 2y, the y's don't cancel out either. So adding these equations together as they are is not going to be helpful. We're going to end up with a third equation with two variables, and we still won't be able to solve. But there is a solution. If we multiply an entire equation through by -1, we now have y plus -y, and our y's will cancel. Adding these equations together, 4x minus x is 3x, y plus -y cancels, and 8 minus 5 is 3. Dividing both sides by 3 to solve for x, we get 1. To solve for y, you can choose either equation. I'm going to use the second equation this time, and I'm going to use the original equation, not the one I multiplied through by a negative. So I'm going to take x plus y equals 5. Subtracting that 1 from both sides, I get y equals 4. My solution is 1, 4, and I need to check it in the first equation, the one that I did not use to solve for y. Replacing x with 1, replacing y with 4, and checking to see that it equals 8. 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8, so I got my solution to check on this one as well. We will go over the other two examples in class that we missed from the video, but again, if you're comfortable with this process, you can start the U-Try questions on your own.